Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
Parents are taking a serious look at homeschooling rather than sending their kids back to school in the middle of a pandemic. But where do you start? And is it a viable option? Those were some of the questions experts answered for area parents. Valley News Team's Courtney Lockie breaks down what parents in North Dakota need to know before keeping the kids home.
I've been homeschooling for about 12 years, since the beginning with my kids.
Homeschooling has its challenges, but with over a decade of practice and 6 kids at home, the Olson family says it's what works best for them. With nationwide school closures and climbing COVID-19 cases, they're grateful the kids are home and aren't surprised to see a surge of families also making the jump.
I've thought about it for years and I was dead set against it. And then slowly as the years have gone on, I'm like, well, maybe we'll do a little here, a little there. And now it's just like this is kind of the time to do it.
Although coronavirus wasn't the only factor, it was the final nail in the coffin for Shesso.
We already have our curriculum ordered, so we've already made that decision that we're going to do this at least for 1 year. We will reevaluate at the end, and I'll leave it up to my girls.
To homeschool your kids, you have to have your GED, a high school diploma, or be monitored by a certified teacher for the first 2 years. It's 175 days for 4 hours a day.
I think parents still didn't have answers, and that gave them a lot of concern. And my phone has just rang steady since. I told somebody I've been putting in about 14 hours a day.
Teresa Decker homeschooled for 33 years. Now she spends her time sharing North Dakota's homeschooling laws with others. She says it's important to keep records of what you do with your kids.
Rather than let people, get in trouble for not following the law, we wanted to get around into communities and make people aware.
Deckard says families have to decide what's best for them. And if that's homeschooling, she wants them to be equipped. In Fargo, Courtney Lockie, Valley News Live.
The next Homeschooling 101 is at 7 p.m. Monday at Jamestown Park. For a full copy of North Dakota's homeschooling law, visit our website or the VNL News app. In North Dakota, the Department of Health is reporting 134 new cases of COVID-19. No new deaths have been reported. In Minnesota, 731 new cases have been confirmed, along with 6 new deaths linked to the illness. For the full rundown of new numbers, visit our website or the VNL News app. North Dakota Department of Health leaders say the way they release COVID-19 testing information is different from many other states. The health department reports each unique individual who is being tested for the first time, but also counts every single test that's been administered. Although the numbers could be confusing, state health leaders say having more data is vital.
That's the key, is that you do it consistently and then you can still look at trends, and trends are important in trying to monitor what's happening with diseases.
Kruger says transparency when reporting COVID-19 numbers is of utmost importance. He says the total test tally does include those who get tested more than once. Not a bad way to kick off the weekend weather-wise, with some sun and beautiful temperatures. Let's see if we can expect more of the same with our first alert meteorologist, Justin Fanfarelli.
And thank you, Katie. Good evening, everybody. Yes, the rain from yesterday is gone, replaced by sunshine, and temperatures not that bad for this time of year. We're actually slightly cool. We should be into the lower 80s. We're into the upper 70s now. Current temperatures up and down the Red River Valley and outside the Red River Valley into the mid-70s, and drier air is filtering in from Canada, a breezy northerly wind of 15 to 30 miles per hour. Now, we do have mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies for most of us. We actually do have some showers right now between Fergus Falls and Detroit Lakes. Very isolated activity between Ada and Mahnomen, and some showers making your way all the way up in a line toward Langdon. No lightning with these, just some shower activity. So going through the evening, winds from the north around 5 to 15 miles per hour. Temperatures falling back through the 60s. We have more sunshine on the way. We'll give you that full 7-day forecast coming up later in the newscast.
All right. Thank you, Justin, for keeping us updated. One person is dead and 2 others injured following a crash east of Jamestown. Officials say a Chevy Equinox was traveling eastbound on 35th Street Southeast Friday evening when it went through an intersection and was hit on the driver's side door by a pickup. The 18-year-old woman from Cleveland driving the Equinox was pronounced dead on the scene. The 16-year-old passenger from Medina was taken to the local medical center and later airlifted to Sanford Hospital in Fargo for serious injuries. The 19-year-old driver of the pickup from Clearwater, Minnesota, was also taken to the area medical center for serious injuries. Today marks the 1-year anniversary of the hands-free law in Minnesota. Police say extra hands-free enforcement is happening statewide beginning today through August 8th. Remember, handheld phone use is only allowed behind the wheel to call for emergency assistance if there is an immediate threat to your life and safety, or when in an authorized emergency vehicle performing official duties. Due to coronavirus safety precautions, the Bismarck Police Department is no longer using breathalyzers to conduct DUI traffic stops. Officers are now using blood draws to detect alcohol in the driver's system. These changes are just one of the many precautions officers are using while coming into contact with community members every day.
We have the option to take blood, breath, or urine, and it's the officer's choice for a DUI. So at this point, rather than having them submit to the intoxilizer, it would be a blood test.
We have asked if Fargo is following the same protocol change and are waiting to hear back. The Bismarck School District is partnering with the Native American Development Center to create open communication among students. Haley Brown tells us more about the discussions that happen in the circles.
A cultural responsive coordinator says this smudging ceremony purifies the mind and body before the talking begins.
Kids are at home and don't really have that opportunity to talk and share and talk about their feelings, so by having this circle, this really gives them that opportunity.
Recent Legacy High School grad Talina Romero says she's been participating in the circles since inception.
We all kind of share the same struggle. Especially growing up in a predominantly white community, you know, it's really easy to kind of just forget your heritage. So like being together with other people who understand your culture and understand where you're coming from emotionally.
Students also learn about Native American culture while in the talking circles.
The Native American Talking Circles happen every Tuesday from 4:30 to 6 until August 11th. It was the first ever food truck festival at the Fargo Elks Lodge parking lot. You might remember the drive-through only event they hosted last month. It was such a hit. Organizers are making it an annual thing. They have several local vendors and live music. 2 trucks came from Bismarck, including the beloved Big Boy food truck. 3rd Street Blues Band is going to start playing here soon at 7. They'll be out at the lodge until 11 tonight.
COVID-19 here in 2020, there hasn't been too many events, so everyone's itching to get out and have some fun and enjoy the outdoors as they can.
The trucks will be back at Fargo Elks parking lot tomorrow from 11 to 6. A full-size similar festival is planned for August 14th through the 16th at the North Dakota Horse Park. Later on Valley News Live at 6, the Florida coast is boarding up and hunkering down as the tropical storm is headed their way.
And the sunny skies continue for the day tomorrow. We actually lose a couple of degrees. We'll tell you how long it will last. That's coming up next.